Hi fam, welcome back for my new viewers. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Elle and I have my friend with me today. My puppy, she's really aggressive because she wants all of this love from me. And I felt compelled to do a vlog to provide you all with information about all of the wonderful energy that we will be surrounded by with regards to the new moon that we will be experiencing tomorrow, November 11th. Along with the energy of the new moon, tomorrow is 11/11, which holds energy and significance in and of itself. And, oh, excuse me for a minute. And on top of that, we are in an 8 year, which also holds its own energy and significance that play a role in the energy of tomorrow. So, if you have not seen any of my other vlogs, I will break down the energy of the moon, the energy of the sun, the energy of Scorpio. I might even add in the energy of Mercury. I will provide you with information on the significance of the number 11/11, as well as the significance of 2015, which adds up to 8. And I will intuitively get information from my higher self and my guides and tell you how all of this plays a significant role in your life. Yeah, so this vlog may be a little longer than my other vlogs, so please bear with me, but this information is really important. And I took notes because it's so much information and I want to make sure that I pinpoint all of the very important points with regards to all of this energy. So if you see me looking down or looking around, it's because I am reading off of my notes because I want to make sure that I give you all of the information. So the moon transitioned out of its void of course phase at 5:03 a.m. this morning, at which time it entered into the sign of Scorpio. We will be experiencing the new moon in the sign of Scorpio tomorrow, November 11th at 12:47 p.m. During the new moon phase, the sun and the moon are in the same zodiac sign, which intensifies the energy of the zodiac sign, as well as the energy of the sun and the moon. Also during a new moon, the moon is positioned in between the sun and the moon, preventing us from seeing the side of the moon that the sun is shining on. So when you look for the moon during the new moon phase, you probably will not be able to see it in the sky because from Earth's perspective, we're unable to see it because there's no sunlight shining on it from our perspective. The energy, I'll start off with the energy. Let me see, because my puppy is giving me a hard time. Okay, stop, Star. Isn't it so ironic that I'm talking about the moon and the sun and my dog's name is Star? Okay, so I'll start off with the energy of the moon. The moon represents our intuition, our deepest emotions, our deepest needs, wants, and desires, how we feel comfortable and secure, our reflections, our dreams, our imagination, our intuition, our instincts, and our habitual reactions. The moon helps to animate us and give us character. The moon deals with our unconscious or subconscious mind and thought patterns. It deals with things that are hidden. It also is the mediator between the inner our inner and our outer selves. Puppy got down now we can really talk, right? The moon is also associated with water. It plays a huge part in the ebb and flow of the tides. Our bodies are more than 70% water. So the moon has a direct effect on the water that's in our body. And water is associated with emotion, so it plays a direct part in how we feel and our emotions and how we express ourselves and how we reflect on the situations that we are in and the situations that we have gone through within our lives. The moon's energy is a little irrational. When you know that you are feeling the moon's energy when you want to express something, or you have this idea and or emotion that you want to express, and you just have a very difficult time expressing it so that other people can understand it. It's like you know what you want to express, but you just don't know how to express it. That is definitely the energy of the moon. The energy of the moon is also knowing, like intuitively knowing something without being told or without any hint or clue whatsoever. And the moon is a very feminine, reflective type of energy. So it deals with our emotions and how we feel, and things that are hidden, our emotions that we might not be able to express outwardly to people through our words, but we're able to express them through our reaction and behavior with regards to how we relate to people and the situations in our life. The sun, on the other hand, the sun's energy is more outward. The sun deals with power. It deals with growth. It deals with strength. It deals with our ego. The sun represents how we portray ourselves. The sun gives us power and it gives us heat. So the energy of the sun gives us the fuel that we need to do the things that we do. It's like the sun motivates you to wake up in the morning. It's that type of energy. And as well as maybe it's not as well as, it's like I have so many things on my mind, and I'll tell you why. Along with the sun having all of that energy, the sun also deals with, oh Lord, this dog. The sun also deals with our ego and the relationship that we have with our ego, and who we think we are and how we present ourselves to the outside world, how we look at ourselves. It shines light on who we are and what we think of ourselves with regards to our life. The energy of Scorpio involves courage, fearlessness, determination, strength, power, no middle ground at all. There's no middle ground in the energy of Scorpio. It's either up, down, left, right, black, or white. There's no in between. The energy of Scorpio is very curious, and it'll make us feel like we want to get down to the bottom of things. The energy of Scorpio is very intuitive and deeply emotional. It brings about an air of curiosity because you'll want to understand why things are the way that they are, or why people are the way that they are, or why such situations turned out the way that they turned out. The energy of Scorpio also deals with, it's filled with desire and passion. It's very clever. And being that Scorpio is ruled by the planet Mars, which is represented by the god of war and destruction, and the planet of Pluto, which is represented by the god of the underworld, Scorpio also carries those energies: war, destruction, regeneration, and the underworld. The energy of Scorpio will make you feel like you want to dig deep down underneath the surface, underneath the surface of things, to get to the bottom of things, have a better understanding of the mechanics of things and how things work and why they are the way that they are. The energy of Scorpio is also very secretive, but it's also complex. You like I said, you want to know what's what and who's who and why things are the way that they are. The energy of Scorpio is also very determined and motivated. Like, not accomplishing your goal is not even in the energy of Scorpio. It doesn't. While we're in the energy of Scorpio, you don't know what that means. Not accomplishing your goal, that doesn't exist in the energy of Scorpio. Scorpio is all about determination. It's all about digging deep, having a better understanding, being able to see things that other people are not able to see, restoring order to chaos. And also, when you think about a Scorpio, the first thing that comes to my mind is they're deadly, they're stingers, and if you cut off their stingers, they are able to grow them back. So the energy of Scorpio also deals with being able to regenerate, like being destroyed, because once their stinger is cut off, they're basically like destroyed. However, they are able to grow that back. So those are some of the characteristics and energies that are involved with the moon, the sun, and Scorpio. New moons are all about new beginnings. New moons are the time when one cycle ends and another begins. It's a time to sit back and reflect. It's a time to look at what has happened and or your emotions without reacting. It's a time to try to find balance. It's a time to try to be a viewer or an observer more so than an active participant, especially with regards to your emotions, your moon, the moon. New moons are a very great time to plant your seeds of intention, to look at things and see what is not working for you anymore, so that you can formulate new plans, new strategies, new goals that are more productive for your life and your growth. New moons are the perfect time to just sit down quietly and review things so that you can make new plans for the things that you want to accomplish. It's a perfect time to just reflect on things and observe what is happening in your life, how you react to things, the relationships that you have, to see if there are things in your life that you want to make improvements on, that you want to change, that you want to transform, that you want to amend for the betterment of you. And those are the people who are in your life and participating in any of the things that you're participating in. So, with all of that being said, this new moon in Scorpio is the perfect opportunity for us to revise, observe our emotions, our thoughts, the way we communicate with ourselves and with other people. And this new moon is especially a beautiful new moon for healing, and for transforming your beliefs and the way that you communicate with yourself and other people. And the reason that it is great energy to do that is also because Mercury is in the sign of Scorpio. Mercury is the planet that deals with thoughts and communication. Mercury is associated with the god Hermes, who is the winged messenger of the heavens. Mercury is the god who is the bridge between the heavens and the earth. Mercury is the messenger of the gods. He provides messages that the gods in the higher realms have for the lower realms. He's the bridgeway in between our higher minds and our more dense, egotistical 3D human side. And being that all three of these energies are combined together, Mercury, the sun, the moon, and Scorpio, this new moon provides us with the energy to take a deep, 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 deep look at how we communicate with ourselves and with other people. What thoughts do we have about ourselves and the relationships that we have that are destructive, that are counterproductive to our growth and what we are trying to accomplish in our lives? This new moon allows us to look at the dysfunctional patterns, beliefs, and behaviors and programming that we have been conditioned to follow all of these years of our lives that do not serve us purpose. The energy of Scorpio gives us the power and the fearlessness to delve into our shadow side. And when I say shadow side, I mean the side of ourselves that we don't necessarily want to pay attention to, that we try to suppress, the side of ourselves that we would like to disown and not admit that is a part of us, the side that helps us to get upset and angry when we see certain people acting a way. Those when we get upset when somebody acts a certain way or says something, we normally get upset with ourselves because we know that what they're demonstrating is the part of us that we don't want to admit is part of us. And we're unable to, at the time that it's happening, we are unable to be gentle and loving and powerful enough within ourselves to not react and just observe the other person and say, you know what, I probably don't like this part of this person because this part of this person is also part of me. So this energy, the new moon, the sun, and Mercury in Scorpio, the sun will shine light on those patterns that are destructive in our life, that those thought patterns that are destructive in our life, the egotistical communication that we have with ourselves and others that are counterproductive to our growth and our betterment, so that they'll come to the surface. The energy of Scorpio will allow us to transform and destroy it. Oh, and also the energy of Mercury will as well, because if Mercury deals with transformation and transmutation. It deals with alchemy. So the energy of Mercury will also allow us to transform these different patterns and destructive beliefs and conditionings that we have been living by, that are more egotistical and 3D, that don't serve us any purpose anymore. Scorpio and Mercury will help us to transform and transmute these more destructive beliefs and patterns and behaviors that we have into beliefs beliefs, patterns, and behaviors that are more productive to our growth. And that can be spiritual growth, that can be physical growth, that can be emotional growth, mental growth, any type of growth, is just period, growth period. So that's one of the reasons why this new moon in Scorpio is so significant and so powerful, because it will heavily facilitate us to be able to have the strength and the determination to dig deep down into our shadow side and look at those characteristics and qualities and behaviors and thought patterns and beliefs and templates that we are carrying with us and that we live we live out every day that do not help us. These things don't serve us any more purpose. Perfect example. If you have this relationship with yourself and your body image whereby you're like, oh my goodness, I'm so fat. Oh my goodness, look at me. Oh God, I'm just so fat. I wish that this was like this, and I wish that this was like this, or when I was younger, I looked like this, or when I was younger, I was able to wear these things, and I was able to do these things. If we have that type of, if we're having that type of communication with ourselves, it'll definitely come up during this new moon, because Mercury deals with communication. The sun will shine the light on the things that we need to review and look at so that we can figure out if they serve us purpose or not. And if they don't serve us purpose, we need to use the energy of Mercury and alchemy and Scorpio, the determination to destroy them and build and regenerate something that is better for us in the place of that. So if you're having that kind of communication with yourself, it's coming up for a reason. It's coming up because it no longer serves you purpose. And you should lovingly dig deeper. Use the energy of Scorpio to dig deeper, to go into the undertone. Also use the energy of the moon to dig deep as well, to try to find out why. The energy of Scorpio will help you to find out why, with power, with determination, with just that oomph that you need. Like, you're not going to stop until you figure out why it is that you're having this kind of self-destructive communication with yourself about your body image. And the sun will shine the light on why. Mercury and Scorpio's energy will help you to transmute and transform this communication into something that is more productive for you. Oh, well, I'm 25 years old now. And just because I wasn't able to do, just because I don't have the same figure that I had when I was 18, I look even better now that I'm 25. It'll help you to transform your, oh my goodness, I'm 25 and I can't do the things that I did when I was 18. When I was 18, I was this and this and that. But hey, this energy, like I said, the energy will have you thinking, okay, I need to work with what I have. This is coming up because it's a self-destructive type of communication that I'm having with myself. And this needs to change. This needs to it's not helping me anymore. It's being very destructive with regards to how I look at myself. And this needs to change. And if anything comes up, I'm talking about anything, it's coming up during this new moon so that you can sit quietly with it and dig deep down and figure out why. Get to the bottom of why it's coming up. Get to the bottom of why it is that it bothers you, or it's always on your mind, or it makes you feel a certain way. And once you figure that out, because you'll definitely be able to figure it out, because the energy of the sun will shine the light on why. The energy of Scorpio will give you the determination and the fearlessness to go into your shadow side and or to pay attention to your shadow side and not push it to the wayside, not tell yourself, oh, that's not me, not brush it off or project it on other people. The energy of Scorpio will definitely be up in the forefront and make you want to understand why. And all of these energies complement each other and facilitate growth with regards to your communication and the way you communicate with yourself, the way you think, and the way that you communicate and think about other people and those significant people in your life, your coworkers, the people that you come in contact with every day, just your regular beliefs. If you are of the belief that you don't have to eat vegetables, or you could eat vegetables once a week and you'll be healthy, maybe something physical will pop up in your life. Like you'll start to have aches and pains, or you'll start to notice some type of physical issue that you have. And the sun will be shining light on these things to help you to see that maybe you need to change the way that you think about nutrition. So it's all about being aware and being open and being gentle and being real with yourself, being real enough with yourself to say, okay, you know, maybe I do have too many tattoos, because, I'm thinking about getting another tattoo. Maybe, I want to find out why it is that I want another tattoo. What is really going on with me? And this is something that I'm saying to myself because I really do want another tattoo. But yeah, with regards to me wanting another tattoo and thinking about tattoos, I'm definitely going to use the energy of this new moon to, sit still with myself and be like, what's really going on, Elle? Like, why do you feel the need to mark your body up like this? Is you wanting to mark your body up for a really significant reason? Like, is it for your betterment? Is it just because you're following the fad of the tattoos? Like, what's really going on? Like, and I know the sun will help me to will shine light on my deepest, darkest shadow sides with regards to me wanting tattoos. This energy will also help you to get more in line with your higher self. And this may scare a lot of people at this time, because a lot of us are living more of the 3D life. Sorry, I thought my dog was... Oh, yeah, she is. A lot of us are living more of a 3D life, where we're going through this internal mental battle, and emotional battle, where our souls are saying one thing, but we continuously listen to this voice in our head. And the voice in our head, the majority of times, is our ego. And this new moon in Scorpio also deals with balance, and it will help us to balance what it is that we're thinking with what our heart and soul is saying to us. Like I said, the moon's energy deals with the gateway, or the bridge between the higher, our thoughts and our emotions, as well as Mercury's energy deals with bridging the gap between our higher realms, our higher self, and the lower planes, the 3D, the ego. So this new moon in Scorpio, along with Mercury being in Scorpio, will facilitate more balance. It will help us and allow us to tap into and not be afraid to think about what it is that our soul is saying to us in comparison to what it is that we're thinking. Is what we're thinking in unison and harmonic to what our soul is really telling us? Is it in harmony with what our heart is telling us? Are we really living um are we really living and behaving like our true selves? Are we really, and I don't like to say this word, but it's a good word to say at this point. Are we living um authentically? Are we really who we want to be? Are we behaving like the person that we know we are? Are we following the trends? Are we living more like that, more like in the 3D world and according to what my neighbor is doing or my coworker or this person that I think is cool? Are we living more along the lines of being egotistical and following what the masses are doing? Or are we living a life that is true to who we really are? This new moon energy in Scorpio will really make us question that. Are we living through our heart chakra? And if we find that we're not, and we're going through this mental battle whereby we're thinking like, okay, I have to perform this way. I have to live up to these standards. I have to do this. I have to do that. But I'm still not happy. Like, my soul is so not happy. My heart is not happy. I'm always, before I go to bed, I'm like always contemplating, why am I living this lifestyle? Why does it have to be like this? I feel like I'm trapped. I'm not happy in any of the relationships that I'm in. I'm not happy communicating with any of the people that I communicate with, even with myself, because I'm not being really who I am in my heart and my soul. This energy will shed the light on that, and it may be very challenging to some of us, because a lot of times we don't want to look at ourselves in the mirror, because we live a life that is um, trapped behind the veil. So we live according to society, with the rules of society, what the society says, and all of the other invisible and fictitious rules that we have been programmed to think that we have to live by in order to find happiness and be successful. But in all reality, how happy and successful are we really if at the end of the night we are miserable and we can't wait to go to sleep because we know that our dreams are more real than the life that we're living on the outside? This new moon in Scorpio, the sun in Scorpio, and Mercury in Scorpio will shed light on all of these fake characteristics and behaviors and programs that we live by, so that we can change them. And it may be challenging and startling to some people, because it's new ground. When you step into your power and you step into who you really are, and because you've lived behind the veil for so long, you're stepping into territory and uncharted ground that you've never stepped foot on before. So it could be kind of scary, but it's scary in a great way, because now you have all of this land and possibility in front of you to create whatever it is that you want from your heart and soul. So definitely use the energy of the new moon in Scorpio and Mercury in Scorpio to review and reanalyze how you communicate with yourself, and how, if your communication between your heart and your mind are balanced. Because if it's not balanced and you're living more on the 3D and you're neglecting your heart, then you will definitely face challenges. And one of the challenges that you'll face is living a life of unhappiness. But this new moon will bring that out to your attention, so that you can use the energy of Scorpio to destroy it, and then regenerate the beliefs and thoughts and behaviors that are more genuine to your heart and soul. So, listen, it gets even better. So, tomorrow is 11/11. The energy 11/11, numerology, dealing with numerology carries a lot of beautiful energy. 11/11 a lot of people see 1111, and it can be interpreted in so many different ways. And I'll give you some of the ways that 1111 is interpreted, or even just seeing a series, the series of ones, whether it be 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1, whatever the case is. The number one deals with union, it deals with oneness, it deals with unity. When you see the number one in sequences, it means that your thoughts will manifest more quickly in the 3D than they will normally. It's a call for you to pay attention to what it is that you're thinking about. Because, like I said, your thoughts will manifest more quickly when you see the 11 or the 1 1 1 1 1. 11 also brings about the energy of making a wish and, the wish coming true. The energy of 11 also represents the higher realms and your spirit guides or the angels communicating with you. So tomorrow is, being that it's 11/11, one more thing, being that it's 11/11, that also represents the gateway. It represents a gateway to the higher realms. It's like a door that we can open up and get information from the higher realms. We can step through the doorway and see how things work and manifest in the spirit world. 11/11 gives us the opportunity to tap more into the spirit realm, our higher selves, to get more information from our spirit guides, to be more connected to our I am higher Christ like presence, to be more in tune with who we really are, to live more from our heart and soul than from our minds. 11 is also about 11 also has significance with regards to twin flames, and it brings about DNA activation. Everything in the universe is composed of numbers, and numbers hold vibrations. And it is said that twin flames were created from one heart cell of God. And that one heart cell of God separated until it became two cells that decided to come to Earth. And the energy of twin flames is such that it's an everlasting, eternal, energetic connection. A lot of people associate twin flames with being like a romantic connection, but it's so much more than a romantic or a sexual attraction or that type of thing. The twin flame energy is such that there's twin flames, and I'm gonna say we because I'm a twin flame. We are always connected. We are here to facilitate the new template of love for New Earth. We came to Earth so that we could experience life in so many different life, so many different cycles of life. We've chosen to come here so that we can foster this new template of love on Earth. And the significance of 11 to twin flames means that our beloveds are either in the process of manifesting so that we can work on our divine union, and or our twin flames and beloveds are going through an activation whereby our DNA is being activated and we are remembering who we are. And this also goes for people who are not twin flames. 11/11 also represents the energy and brings about the energy of us being activated so that we could remember who we are, so that we could remember that we are not just human beings experiencing different qualities and characteristics that a soul can. It brings about the energy for us and helps us and activates us to remember that we are souls, we are souls that chose to reincarnate on earth in this human vehicle so that we can experience things. And it allows us to bridge the gap, to have balance. The number 8, 2015, is the year that we're in, 2005. When you add all those numbers together, you come up with 8. In terms of numerology, number 8 is extremely significant. Why? Because 8, if you turn it to its side, it looks like an infinity sign. If you keep it straight up, sorry, that's my Reiki alarm. Reiki to everyone. If you leave the 8 in the regular position that it is in, what it looks like, it will also help to bridge the gap between the higher realms and the earth plane. 8 in numerology represents wealth and infinite possibilities. All of this information put together, it's so beautiful, and I'm going to break it down to you again. The new moon in Scorpio represents new beginnings, for us to be able to dig deep down into our shadow and revise and transform the things that no longer serve us purpose. The sun in Scorpio helps us to shine light on those things in our life that we are questioning or we want to have a better understanding of, so that we can break them down, destroy them, transform them, so that we can have betterment and have that boost and energy and drive to do this. Mercury in Scorpio. Mercury is about our mind thinking. Mercury in Scorpio brings about the energy of us thinking about how we communicate with ourselves and other people. Is it productive communication? Is it counteractive communication? Is it destructive communication? And the energy of Scorpio combined with Mercury helps us to have a better understanding and be inquisitive and want to investigate why we communicate the way that we communicate with ourselves. If we find that it's destructive and we find that it doesn't serve us any purpose anymore, then we are able to use the energy of Scorpio to get rid of it and transform it into something else. We're able to use the energy of Mercury to help us find a balance within an equilibrium between our heart and our minds with regards to how we communicate. 1111 is like, be aware of your thoughts, because your thoughts will form into things more quickly now. Mercury, be aware of our thoughts. The 1111 is the portal. It's the gateway to the higher realms. It's giving us like perfect access to gather information from our spirit guides and our angels. And while we experience the portal during the new moon in Scorpio, while Mercury is in Scorpio, this gives us the ability to call on our spirit guides, call on the ascended masters, call on whatever higher being it is that you believe in. Open that portal door, step through the portal door, and ask for the help that you need with regards to the way that you think, with regards to your programming, with regards to your beliefs, your the patterns that you live by, your behavior that is productive to who it is that you know you are. Along with that, 11 also activates our DNA so that we remember who we are. And the energy of the new moon in Scorpio, the sun in Scorpio, and Mercury in Scorpio will give us the opportunity. The new moon will give us the opportunity to sit back and be more observant with regards to our programming. Mercury in Scorpio will allow us to think about how this programming is communicated to us within our minds. The Sun in Scorpio will allow us to see how this programming is affecting us. The Moon in Scorpio will allow us to dig deep and have a better understanding with regards to how we react to this programming. Mercury in Scorpio will help us to identify how we communicate this programming to ourselves and our interaction with regards to this programming within our relationships. Scorpio will help us to dig deep and get a better understanding as to why. And if it's not working, if it's something that just doesn't serve our higher purpose, we can use the energy of Scorpio, and we'll feel comfortable enough with the energy of the Moon to get rid of it. If we feel comfortable with a little of it, we'll use the energy of Scorpio to transform it and to transmute it, as well as the energy of Mercury regarding alchemy. It's all about alchemy of our thoughts. This new moon in Scorpio helps to facilitate alchemy of our thoughts, how we communicate with ourselves and other people. And this type of growth and healing will allow us to open and use the energy of 1111, that portal to the higher realms, to have 2005, which is an 8, infinite possibilities of growth and healing. And then, fam, let me tell you, we are also going to experience a meteor shower tomorrow. So, and I didn't even go into the meteor shower. I mean, it's so much beautiful energy for DNA activation, higher realm thinking activation, remembrance activation, healing activation, breaking down the programming and the templates that we have been basically forced to live by, reconstructing our RNA and our DNA, reconstructing our cells, so that we are more in line and aligned with living more according to our soul. It's about breaking down those things that no longer serve us purpose, so that we can move on to the next level of growth and ascension with a clean slate. And even if we're unable to move to the next level with a clean slate and with the intentions and with the movement towards letting go of what no longer serves us purpose. The beautiful thing about life and about all of this energy is that it's always available for us to do. So if we find that we're making progress and we're using this energy and we're breaking down things and we're going deep and we're facing challenges because we're going deep, but we're fearless while we're facing these challenges, and we're really making progress with regards to our thoughts and our patterns and programming and conditioning. Whatever we are unable to let go of that doesn't serve us purpose, we still have the opportunity to let go of it once we reach that next level. And we will be that much more powerful and aware and in tune with our true selves, that it will not be as challenging as it may have been in the past. So I know this was a lot, fam. Believe me, I know it's a lot. And it's a lot of beautifulness. The only thing that you could basically do is grow. Even if you think you're not going to feel the energy, or if it's not going to have any type of effect on you, believe me, it's going to have a beautiful effect on you. You might not be aware of it, but Scorpio is all about doing things for the long run. And this energy is about shedding what doesn't serve you any purpose for the long run. It's about growth and healing for the long run. So you may just like fly through it and nothing comes up, no thoughts come up, nothing. Believe me, it's working in the background and it's working for your betterment. So I have spoken a lot, and I'm not gonna lie, fam. This is a hell of a lot of information and energy. But guess what? All of this is happening because we are strong enough to work with it and get through it. Because what is on the other side for us is so beautiful. So, for all of you who view this long ass vlog, and all of my beautiful twin flames that are hoping and wishing and praying for a miracle with regards to the connection with your beloved, and even if you're not a twin flame and you're still hoping and praying for a connection with the higher realms and your spirit guides and a better connection with yourself, this is the perfect energy to get your mind right, make sure that your thinking is on point, make sure that the communication that you have with yourself is not destructive. Regardless of what happens, stay to the side of all the drama and the hoopla and be more observant. Allow yourself to find balance and the strength to find the balance. Dig deep and get in touch and in tune with your darker side, because you want to know your darker side because it's a part of you. Embrace it. Love it. Become one with it. Ask the higher realms and your guides to help you with this balance and this healing. And I'm telling you, everything that you want, you will get. I promise you, everything that you want, you will definitely get. I wish all of you and my sweet, precious, beloved twin flames all of the love that I have in my heart. I wish you all the best 11/11, and it's just infinite possibilities. I love you all so much. Work with this beautiful person. Gee whiz. Okay, yeah, so I guess that was my cue to go. I'll check y'all later.